All right, hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your pal Larry, and today we're back for another hands-on look at the latest capture card from Cloner Alliance. It's the new and improved big brother to their prior flagship card, which was the Flint 4KP Plus, which gave you the ability to have 4K pass-through if you've got a big, powerful 4K, basically anything, either camera or console, computer. Pretty much anything you can get an HDMI signal from, you can record with these types of cards. And previously, these bad boys gave you the ability to record at 1080p, 60 FPS, and then you could just watch whatever you were playing at 4K and enjoy and have all of that full quality that people on YouTube love. 60 FPS, of course, being the gold standard, especially when you're trying to record anything that puts out more than 30. And so today we're going to be taking a look at the Big Brother version of the Flint 4KP Plus, which is the Flint 4KP Pro right here. And it has high dynamic range support, which means all of those vibrant colors, those deep shadows with a lot of detail in them, and really bright areas will all be very highly detailed even after you record them using this card. And there's a lot of games out there that you can play that have that capability. God of War, the newer one on PS4, being a good example, is one that I would definitely recommend playing in HDR because you just don't get those great cinematic views otherwise that you might miss out on without. And this new card has a whole host of different features. I'll show you the box that it came in, pretty standard fare. So it's got 40K 60 hertz pass-through. It can record in 4K. You can see right here. It records in 4K. It allows you to do built-in streaming, which is part of its new built-in bundled software. You can both hear what you're streaming and you can also use a microphone with it. And you can record high dynamic range. And it has a couple other features that I think are actually really cool. So while on its head, you might say to yourself, well, 4K in 30 FPS, Larry, I'd rather have 1080p and 60 FPS. And you do get that. You get 1080p and 60 FPS with high dynamic range support, HDR10, and then you also get the ability to record in 120 frames per second where available so that you can do things like slow down time and speed it up depending on what you want to do. So you've got yourself a lot of options. All right, so let's start with what does this bad boy look like when you plug it into a console and start playing around with it. Because honestly, there's only three things people care about when it comes to capture cards. What are the specs, which you can see from the spreadsheet on, Amazon, on their website, whatever. How does it look when you record with it? And how easy is it to work with? So I'm going to put up on the screen right now, while I'm talking about this, some footage that I recorded of Bloodborne, of God of War, and also of Horizon Zero Dawn to kind of give you a sense of what this looked like and how it performs. So the nice thing about these cards from Cloner Alliance is they come with some pre-packaged software. So if you don't know what you're doing, if this is your first foray into the world of recording gameplay, of recording live footage from your camera, of recording whatever, you've got some tools that you can plug this into that'll make pretty good use of all of its resources. And that is the Cloner Alliance Helper. It allows you to both record, and it has some tools that allow you to stream and build a pretty basic scene like you would inside of OBS to place your webcam, to put in your audio sources, to put in different graphical elements, and then to place your footage in the background underneath all of that using the side panel of different layered elements. And it does a pretty good job. It can take pictures, it can take video, it looks like it can do some audio recording, it records your audio pretty well, and it'll do the job. Now, the thing that other companies have that's maybe a little bit more powerful is that with things like the Elgato, their built-in software is a little bit more robust, a little bit more idiot-proof. It's got a flashback recording feature that allows you to go back in time and recapture those important moments, but it does oftentimes have a little bit more of a delay in my experience of using the HD60 series that makes it harder to use on programs like OBS. Now, when it comes to the Cloner Alliance series of a very high resolution, low latency cards, I haven't seen quite as much of that problem. Everything is almost instantaneous from what I see on my TV to what's being recorded in the preview window. And these cards are all what's called UVC compatible. And what UVC is, they work just like a webcam. When you plug in a webcam, you don't have to install drivers anymore like it's back in like the early 2000s. You just plug it in and it works. To get the most out of it, it helps to have a driver, but most of them you plug it in and it just works. So in this case, I can just plug this software in. I don't have to install anything. I can pull it up on OBS as a basic video input, and it takes crystal clear HD recording footage directly out of my camcorder here so that I can use it as an HD webcam instead of my old outdated Logitech. So it does a really nice job, and it's just you plug it in, you can pop it into a program you're familiar with already, so you don't have to use proprietary software, and then you can go from there. The footage does nicely. It makes full use of God of War's HDR features so that you can record HDR footage of HDR10. You can record 1080p footage at 60 FPS, and it looks great in both their recording software and on OBS. And they also make it really easy so that it just, like I said, it's low latency. You plunk it in, you don't have to like lag and wait for the preview to update to make sure it's all working. It just works. It pulls your audio. You can separate that audio out into separate tracks if you use a different program. You might be able to do that with the Cloner Alliance helper that it comes with, but I haven't really found that feature yet. But you can record in 30 FPS, you can record in 60 FPS, and when I was testing it with a different camera, it does appear to detect that 120 FPS is available so that you can record it and play around with some slow motion if you really want to. And all of these cards, if I grab my notes here, are pretty comparably priced. The old Flint 4KP Plus was priced at around $175 right now. The new one, the HD Flint 4KP Pro, their latest card, is priced at $172. You get that 4K pass-through, you get that 4K 30 FPS recording if you want to record in 4K. And then, just to compare it with other cards that I'm quite fond of, the Elgato series, the comparable card from the Elgato series, is around $191 right now for the Elgato HD60S Plus. And these are all really nice. I prefer external cards personally because they allow me to take these with me to record at, say, a video client's house. If they want to do like a craft video, if they want to just plug into the Wi-Fi and then stream a horseback riding event for like a show to Twitch, to YouTube, to whatever. I have that availability on a more portable card as opposed to messing around with something else. And it's just a lot easier because these cards support being recorded on Mac, PC, your phones. Yeah, I can actually plug this into my Android phone and go to town with it. So there's a lot of options here. So I think after having played around with this for a few weeks, I would say this is a nice card. And in the long run, I would definitely be considering using this over my alternatives because A, it's newer, and I like new fancy things. It does a nice job with the quality and the frame rate, and I can plug it in and use it a lot easier with OBS without having to jump through any hoops to try to synchronize everything, which I've had to do in the past with certain Elgato cards. So I would say, I would totally recommend checking out the Flint Cloner Alliance 4KP Pro because it's a robust card. It's got a whole bunch of features that I know a lot of people will love. The ability to mix your audio right here on this to kind of cut down on that latency even more. You can plug in right here and then plug the output into your microphone port on your computer so that this does a lot of the mixing. This handles all of the video compression. This handles all the video processing for you, handles color. I don't really see a lot of issue with it. I mean, that's the bonus of having a portable card. All of the heavy lifting is done here in this card. Now, the only thing I will say, I will note, is if you're like me and your console's in another room and you've got a long HDMI cable, you might need to make use of the second power plug right here. For whatever reason, if you have to run a long HDMI cable, they don't carry power as well from the other room. So you're going to need that extra power in order to power everything. So if you're having issues, just make sure to plug stuff in on both sides. Make sure you got enough power. That's my only note. Got a long HDMI cable from the other room, need extra power. If you're sitting right next to your console, you got a standard sized HDMI cable, you're not going to have that problem. So this has been a look at the Cloner Alliance 4KP Pro, their latest card. I think it's a pretty good card. I think it's well worth your money. I think you should check it out for yourself. Because, I mean, the reality is, these cards are all comparably priced. They're all comparable in power. They're all comparable in quality. They're all comparable in all of the numbers that they like to throw at you on the page. So it all comes down to, what do you need? Do you like being able to plug this into your existing software? Because this gives you that. Do you prefer having an onboard software that's really thick and robust and has a lot of different features? Then you might be looking for something else. So just think about it. Think about what you like to use, and then go kind of price things and see what the sales are going on places like Amazon, or I'll put some links in the video description below that you can go take a look at this card directly. So until next time, I've been your host, Larry. Hope you've enjoyed this hands-on review / look at hardware, and I'll catch you next time. Bye, everybody. Have a good one.